Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salam's blog, and I am here this very evening. Yes, it is in the evening here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. You are in your afternoon. But whatever it is, you are highly welcome to this very special edition. This is Salam's blog once again. You that is in Canada, America, Europe, or even here Asia with me, I'm grateful you are part of this channel. Yeah, like I promised you that I was going to come with the statistics. How did the game went yesterday? Last night we had a win. Chelsea 3, Newcastle 2. It was almost like a game of equal halves. Yeah, we dominated the game in the first half actually. But in the second half, even though we don't have the full control of the game the way we would love to have it, we still won the game because of one player that came in to make the difference. Mudryk came in as a substitute and made a difference, scored a goal as well. Dear friend, last night's game, personally, it wasn't the best of games for me, but what is the most important thing? Is what? To win, and we have achieved just that. We won that game. Quickly, how did we start the game last night? Which players started the game? I predicted yesterday that Mudryk was to start, but in fact, if you look at my lineup yesterday, it was only Mudryk that I missed out. I predicted that Mudryk will play in the position of Conor Gallargher, but instead the coach chose to bring in Conor Gallargher, who was ill but has recovered on time. That was the only player that I missed out. But even when he was substituted, when he was brought in as a sub in the second half, in place of Raheem Sterling, whose performance yesterday was abysmal. And that is why I'm asking for him to be sold in the summer. He is just inconsistent. He is one of the senior most players in Chelsea, earning the highest wages in Chelsea, yet he is so inconsistent. If the kids are performing day in, day out, week in, week out, and they are being consistent, Malo Gusto consistent, Cole Palmer consistent, then you, the senior most player, earning the highest wages, inconsistencies. Look at the opportunity Raheem Sterling was presented yesterday, yet he failed to deliver. Well, dear friend, last night our coach started with Petrovic in goal post, as I predicted. Then we had Malo Gusto, we had Disasi and Chalobah at the center of defense, we have Mykhailo, just as I predicted. Mykhailo on the right side of our defense, Malo Gusto on the left. Then we have Disasi and Chalobah at the center of defense. Then I also predicted Enzo Fernandez and Mykhailo, which the coach actually made use of, the two at the midfield. And hey, let me point out that Mykhailo was excellent in yesterday's game. He did all the dirty jobs. He was everywhere on the pitch. He did a great job yesterday. And to be honest, Enzo Fernandez seems not to be on top of his game. Yesterday's game, he was lost in a game. That is just it. It's a fact. You can check all the statistics about individual players. Enzo Fernandez was really not in the game yesterday, but Mykhailo was on top. He dominated the midfield alongside Conor Gallargher. Dear friend, then on the left side of attack, we had Cole Palmer. On the right side of attack, we had Cole Palmer, that started the game. Then we had Raheem Sterling on the right. Then Conor Gallargher in between the two, with Nicolas Jackson, the young man from Senegal, who is doing wonders currently in Chelsea. His first season in Chelsea and has scored 9 goals, dear friend. His first season and has scored 9 goals. I have his records there. I might go into that if I have the time. But quickly, let's get to how Newcastle also started their game. Which players started for them? What was their formation? Remember, Chelsea, we played 4-2-3-1 formation. We played 4-2-3-1 formation. Now, Newcastle, they played 4-3-3. They started the game with 4-3-3. They had Dubravka in goal post, Ben on left side of defense, Botman center of defense, Shah center of defense, then Livramento on the right side of their defense. Then in midfield, they have Longstaff, Gomeres, and Willock in midfield. In attack, they have three attacking: Almiron, Isaac, and Gordon in attack. That is how they started. They played 4-3-3 formation yesterday. And that was why it looks like it was quite difficult for Chelsea, especially on our right side of defense. On our right side where Cucurella was, Cucurella had a tough time. I believe that he's not match fully fit. He's not match fit yet. But thank God Conor Gallargher was there to assist, because Raheem Sterling wasn't on top of the game. He was supposed to be supported. Raheem Sterling was supposed to be going back to help or to support the defensive work of Cucurella. But Sterling was really not in the game. Conor Gallargher had to shift position, going there to help out, to sort out that part of attack where Newcastle, noticing our weaknesses, were operating from. All right, quickly, dear friend, moving from there, in the game, it actually ended 3-2 in favor of Chelsea last night, right? Our first goal was scored. We had an early goal scored by Jackson with a flick, which no one expected. An early goal scored by Jackson. Then 57th minute, after that, Isaac equalized on 43rd minute. 2 minutes to the end of the first half, Isaac equalized, which broke many of us our hearts. I was thinking and hoping that Chelsea was going into the break with a 1-0 lead, just for Isaac to score in the 43rd minute, which broke our heart. Coming back from the break, Cole Palmer netted in Chelsea's second goal. Cole Palmer netted in Chelsea's second goal in 57th minute. Yeah, a beautiful shot from Cole Palmer. Remember, he gave an assist to Jackson and he scored the second goal for Chelsea. So an assist plus a goal for Cole Palmer in yesterday's game. Then on the 76th minute, when Mudryk came in, he now equalized. He came in, he electrified the game with the rounds. Look, I watched a video of Eden Hazard, similar fashion goal that Eden Hazard scored for Chelsea some few years back. I watched, it was beautiful. The runs, the pass to Conor Gallargher and the break and the way, it was a beautiful goal scored by Mudryk yesterday. And I wish and hope the coach will continue to use him frequently, not just after scoring a goal, he'll be benched the next game. I will hope to see him in our next game against Leicester in the FA Cup on Sunday. Yeah. Then on the 90th minute, they canceled again with the 90. Murphy scored second goal for Newcastle, but the time was not enough for them to get a third goal. Honestly, when they scored the second goal in the 90th minute, most of us were up on our feet. We were up on our feet. But thank God they couldn't get the final and the third goal to equalize with Chelsea. So it ended 3-2. All right, now let's go to the statistics. Let's go to the statistics, actually. Before we run up, we go to the statistics. Chelsea had 12 shots and Newcastle had 11. Shot on target for Chelsea was 8. Newcastle was 3. Shot on target. In possession of the ball, Chelsea had 45% possession of the ball and Newcastle had 55% possession of the ball. That is almost evenly. Normally, usually, it's always like that. One surely must have 45, the other have 55. It's good we have 45 and we won the match than we having 55 and losing. Earlier part of the season, we used to dominate 60%, 70%, and then we end up losing the game. This time around, for the past 2-3 games or so, we could see very clearly, we always have 45% of the ball, yet we end up winning the game, which for me, it's okay. All we want is the win. We don't care how the game is being played. All we want is to get a 3 points. All right? Chelsea had 426 passes. They had 499 passes. Pass accuracy, 79% for Chelsea, 83% for Newcastle. Fouls committed, Chelsea committed 12 fouls and Newcastle committed 7 fouls. Yellow cards, Chelsea has 3 yellow cards, Newcastle 1 yellow card. Red card, 0-0. Offside, Chelsea had 2, Newcastle had 2 as well. Corners, Chelsea had 0 corners, Newcastle had 4 corners. Dear friend, that is how the game ended. But quickly, before I let you go, I want to remind you that that our next game is against Leicester in the FA Cup. Our next game is against Leicester in the FA Cup. That is our statistics for yesterday's game. Dear friend, what do you think? Are we improving? Yes, we are improving. Currently, we are still 11th on the league table. 4 points more to the 7th position where West Ham are occupying currently. If we can win our next game, don't forget we have a game in hand. Chelsea have a game in hand. And if we can win that game in hand, it means that we'll be closing the gap on the 7th position, which will qualify us for Europe next season. Hopefully, we win that game. And once we win that game, it means that we should be around 8th position. Yes, if Chelsea is to win that game, we'll be on 8th position. So, with consecutive wins, 2-3 wins, we should be heading towards Europe if Chelsea can fight its way through. But next Sunday is a game with Leicester in FA Cup. Dear friend, I will see you in the next one when you see me. Shalom.